This was my drawing almost 2 years ago, and this is one of my more recent drawings. Drawing has always been one of my passions that I wanted to try, but my fear and insecurities have stopped me from actually starting because you see these godlike anime artists from across the world that make you go, wow, this is so freaking good. I can't hope to ever draw like them. They're talented, or something like that. And the fact that I was just lazy and now I have a full-time job working 40 hours a week. However, I decided to cut the nonsense and finally actually start drawing on April 2022. Before that though, I just doodled here and there on summer, mainly drawing Pokemon mostly. But it wasn't much really, and it wasn't until later that year where I started for real. And yeah, that was a quick and short story of how I started. So let's jump right into my journey. At first, I merely drew on sketchbooks. I thought I'd get a grasp on how traditional drawing works as a start. During this arc, I learned a bit about shapes, anatomy, lighting, and all that good stuff. 3 months later and I finally received my XP Pen tablet to actually start drawing digitally. It took a while to get used to drawing on PC, as it felt so different from paper. Over time it got easier to draw digitally, having fully converted to it. I still draw on paper sometimes, but just for practice. Alright, enough of that. I'll be sharing what I learned along the way so that you can get a grasp of my perspective. Obviously I'm still a beginner, so I'm still learning along the way. These are just tips I feel that will benefit other struggling artists. Number 1. Make an effort to draw every day. I know you heard this a lot, but it's true. It really helps to try to make time for drawing every day, whether it be 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, or even higher if you can go for it. For me personally, I was admittedly inconsistent with my schedule, but it wasn't until June last year where I took it more seriously and actually drew every day, averaging for at least 2.5 hours every day, obviously more on weekends. Sometimes I'd miss a day or two, and there were 3 periods where I traveled and took hiatus from drawing. But it's fine really, just make sure to make time for it every day. No need to beat yourself up if you miss a day or two. Number 2. Focus on only a few things. This was one of my mistakes on my journey that I wish I applied sooner. Like when I first started digital art, I tried shading, line art, coloring, anatomy, etc. all at once, which was so overwhelming honestly, and didn't get very far at all. What I should have done, and I recommend you to do, is if, for example, you want to learn perspective, then you want to focus mostly on that on your studies. Or if you want to draw faces, then make sure you go all out on it until you become partially comfortable with it. Your brain will find it easier to improve at the rate, as it can only process so much information. Like, your brain is like a water bottle with limited capacity. So keep that in mind when deciding what stuff to study. Number 3. Don't take too long on your illustrations. This might seem contradictory to improving at first, but hear me out. This tip is a successor to my previous one on why I think it's helpful. The quicker you move on to start another illustration, the better, because you'll get to apply what you learned more and quicker, and thus benefit from your mistakes quicker. Like some of my old arts, like the ones I'm currently showing, took a week or 2 to finish, and they're, not good. Ever since I lessened the time to finish them, I saw more gradual improvement. Generally, I think you should aim for 5 to 10 hours per illustration. Feel free to disagree, but I think it's a good benchmark in my opinion. Number 4. Get into deep work. Basically, remove all sorts of distraction when you're about to draw. Turn your phone to silent, do not disturb, and close stuff like Discord and mail notifications. Give it your all into focusing hard on what you're doing, like it means the world to you. Like your brain would be concentrating hard on drawing and drawing only, and nothing else. Of course, do remember to take breaks every now and then, obviously, to give your brain time to rest. And number 5, have fun, like how this girl Nadeshko is having fun. Remember, we all started drawing merely because we wanted to draw whatever we love. In my case, drawing cute anime girls, and it could be different for you. If you feel stressed or sad or whatever because you're disappointed about your drawings or you're not getting much attention on social media or whatever, just take it easy. It takes time to get somewhere, and it will only become easier as you continue. Believe me, I've been there before. I still get these feelings from time to time, but I keep telling myself that it will be better as long as I continue. Anyway, I hope you learned something from watching this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See ya!